So as any backpacker knows, the worst part about the backpacking experience is the journeys itself, whether you take a bus or a train. Over the past couple of years, I've taken some really long journeys on buses and trains and had some pretty poor experiences. But the one that stands out in particular is this train journey, which took about 18 hours between Bucharest in Romania and Budapest in Hungary. So here is my experience on this journey from hell. So hello and welcome to hell. No, I'm joking. It's a 16-hour train from Bucharest in Romania to Budapest in Hungary. We are in economy class, which I'll give you a tour of in a sec. We had a bit of a nightmare getting on, as I didn't realise there was a difference between domestic travel and international travel on their website, so I couldn't show them a ticket. So we had a bit of a debate with somebody who didn't speak English, but we're all good now. So we've booked the €29 a second class cabin, as we are poor. There's Andy. This was about €29, so you've got 3 seats on each side. Hopefully they're not full in a light container thing. And you put your bags up here. No beds, no sheets or anything, so it's pretty basic. However, as you can see down there, there is a food cart, which is very good, and a toilet, which hopefully isn't too bad. Gotta say, it doesn't. What is that? That is actually a cricket. Oh, that's disgusting. Okay, bathroom tour. The floor is really grim. Sink, no soap or anything. Toilet, casual train toilet, disgusting. Not that much of the wall left for the whole train. Yeah, pretty basic in it. And there's not even a food cart because of coronavirus, so we haven't got any food and we've only got a bit of water, and there is 14 hours left. So So yeah, 14 hours left. There's 31 stops on the entire journey, which is a lot in itself. 2 hours in, how you doing?
Good so far. I can watch Netflix. All sorted.
So I didn't film the rest of it, but you can imagine the pain we went through when another 4 people came into the carriage. Andy had a middle seat, so we couldn't lean on anything. At least I had a window, but it was really hot in there. There was no air conditioning, and passport control came on about 5 a.m. Just before it got light and woke you up to see your passport. So it really wasn't a great journey, but luckily at 9 o'clock, 2 hours later than expected, we rolled into Budapest. So 16 hours later. Passport check at 6 a.m. in the morning and we're done. So we've arrived in Budapest. That was a long journey. The cabin was stuffed, like there were 6 people in it, so you couldn't sleep too well. However, luckily I had leg room for the start of it. Would I do it again? Probably not. I'd recommend you buy a couchette if you can, which is a sleeper, or just fly. What do you think?
It was fine. Once you get used to the crampness, it's fine.
Would you have done it again?
Yes, because it's the cheapest way.
So if you're sitting there thinking I could never do one of those journeys, I thought I'd just give you a few tips about how to survive them best, because that's what you're basically doing, you're surviving them, they're not to be enjoyed. So number 1 is to bring one of the eye masks that you put over your eyes, obviously, and that's because on these long journeys they decide to turn the lights on at every stop. So for example, on a Flixbus you might stop about 5 or 6 times a night. So we've stopped at the petrol station. It is 5 a.m. and I have not slept at all. Awful. I've had an hour and a half sleep. The police came on at 3 a.m. Every time we stopped, the driver turns the lights on, so you wake up. And then it was heavy rain as well, so we couldn't sleep. I wouldn't recommend a 12-hour journey in one go. Number 2 is a neck cushion, and that is so important if you have nothing else to lean on. For example, the middle seat. You can't sit up straight all night, so if you have a neck cushion you're much more likely to fall asleep. And number 3 is to prepare yourself just before you get on the train, so go to the hostel, have a shower, wear breathable stuff just in case it's really hot and sweaty on the train. That is so important for me. I have to wear trackies and a tennis top, otherwise I just won't be able to sleep in jeans or a hoodie. I'll just get way too uncomfortable. So that was my experience of one of the most painful journeys I've had in the last couple of years backpacking, and some tips to make the journeys a bit less, or a bit more bearable, I should say. So we're on the road to 100 subs. Can we get to 3 digits? Oh yeah. And I'll see you in the next video.